Okay, what's going on, everybody? Super excited for today's video. We are going to break down Kusama, okay? Ticker symbol KSM. We're going to go ahead and give some price predictions on how it can potentially go into the hundreds, and, even get to, $280 a token, right? We'll break it down using some very simple math, okay? Via coin market cap. That's going to be the source for all of the math behind this. And then we're also going to shortly dive into Kusama, what it really is, the origin story, and maybe why you should do some of your own research and see if it's something that you would want to invest in, possibly, right? So all I need you guys to do is smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll get straight into it. Okay, so at the time of the recording, Kusama was about $28 a piece. So that's going to be the math behind it. We'll look at the market cap right here, about 240 million. Okay. And then over here is the supply, okay, the circulating supply. One thing that I do want everyone to keep in mind is that all of the math is based off of the current supply of that. So, in the future years down the line, if the supply is much higher, then it will, affect some of the math behind this. But this is going to be a really good intro for you guys to kind of just understand, the potential behind Kusama, okay? So currently we're at one Kusama is about $28 a piece. I just showed you guys that. Okay, it's at a $240 million market cap. If we wanted to 2x, it would only need to go to a $480 million market cap. That would bring it up to 56. All right. That's a simple 2x right there. I do think that that's very possible in the future. Definitely, maybe not right now. There's, a lot going on in the crypto space, especially after the whole FTX situation. A lot of crypto is seeing a lot of pain. But, this is more of a macro outlook, right? And we're talking about in the future and the future potential, right? Not investment advice, but, just some simple math we're doing here, okay? Now, if we wanted to 5x, okay, that would bring one Kusama to about $140 a piece, $140 a token. And that's only about a $1.2 billion market cap, okay? If this thing really continues to grow, it's not too unreasonable to expect a $1 billion market cap, right? Especially, a lot of people don't like hearing this, but once crypto regulation finally does pass, right, in the future, who knows how long it's going to take? It could take 2 years, could take 5 years, 10 years. That's really going to unlock trillions with a T, trillions of dollars of money to enter the whole crypto ecosystem. And those large bankrolls are going to flood into some of the other altcoins. So you have to keep that in mind, especially with cryptocurrency. Okay. So $1.2 billion market cap, that's going to take it up to about $140 a token. Now, if we 10x, right, that'll take us up to 280, all right, and that's a $2.4 billion market cap. If we look at, if we go 100x, right, that's only a $24 billion market cap. Kusama is very closely related to Polkadot, as we'll go into that in the future. And, Polkadot's all-time highest market cap was around 56 billion, somewhere around there in the 50s. All right. So, being that Kusama is very closely related, in the future, if it was just to get half the market cap that Polkadot had at its all-time highs, then, that's going to be a 100x. That's going to put Kusama, okay, at $2,800 a token. Now, it could go up to $28,000 a token, and that would be a 1,000x, but that's a little bit less realistic of a scenario, basically, to look forward to. Right now, 2.4 billion. These right here are my most reasonable expectations for the future of Kusama, right, is about a $1 to $2.5 billion market cap. I do think that that would be possible, and not really so far out of the reach. It's not so much unattainable, right? These are much more realistic right here, but we don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? We don't know whether this thing is going to collapse, or we don't know if this thing is going to explode and perhaps get up to a $240 billion market cap. Once we see those trillions and trillions of dollars flood into the ecosystem much later in the future. All right. So that's it for the price predictions. What we're going to do now is just briefly go into Kusama, kind of what it is, and I'll just read you guys a few things and, kind of introduce you to it, right? So the origin of Kusama, the relationship between society and technology has deteriorated to the point where large entities routinely stretch and overstep their authority, right? And we all know this, and we're all kind of familiar with this concept, which is something that cryptocurrency is here to bring a solution to, those problems, right? So Kusama is a network built as a risk-taking, fast-moving canary in the coal mine for its cousin, Polkadot, right? It's a living platform built for change agents to take back control, spark innovation, and disrupt the status quo. Now, what is Kusama? It's a scalable network of specialized blockchains built using Substrate and nearly the same code base as Polkadot. The network is an experimental development environment for teams who want to move fast and innovate on Kusama or prepare for deployment on Polkadot. So, Kusama was founded in 2019 by Gavin Wood, founder of Polkadot and co-founder of and former CTO of Ethereum, right? So it's got some very big names behind the project, right? But I do want to highlight that, just as they said, it's a canary in the coal mine for its cousin Polkadot. Over here, it's an experimental development environment for teams who want to move fast and innovate on Kusama or prepare for deployment on Polkadot. So it's kind of like the first step for some companies before, moving, and, for some projects before moving to Polkadot. So some people will move, but, some people may just stay on the Kusama. Right. And it's all about parachains. Okay, that's the big concept here that Kusama is running. Right, parachains are here, the scalable multi-chain network for radical innovation. Many teams will choose Kusama for their DApp or parachain and remain exclusively on Kusama. Other teams will join Kusama as a temporary preparation ground for deployment on Polkadot. Right, and I kind of just briefly went over that. We can highlight some of the features of Kusama right here. If we look, customization with Substrate, developers can build their own app-specific blockchain and connect it to Kusama. It's got interoperability. Kusama brings multiple blockchains together into one sharded network, freeing developers from the silos created by legacy blockchain network, right? It's also got good scalability. Kusama's sharded blockchains and open governance provide a scalable and future-proof infrastructure for businesses, marketplaces, and applications to deploy and mature, right? And then we can also look at the innovation, right? It's built by the same team as Polkadot. We just went over that. Using nearly the same code and tools, the network places the latest tech from Parity Technologies and Web3 Foundation in the hands of developers, even before those features make it to Polkadot. And that's something that we briefly went over in the beginning. It's for risk takers, and it's for people looking to move fastly. And they can come here on Kusama, build their things, and then choose to later migrate onto Polkadot, or just stay on Kusama if everything is working smooth and fine for them. And we go over here. Welcome to the periverse. Okay, from DeFi to identity and supply chain, gaming, NFTs, IoT DAOs, and more, parachains can be built for any use case. They can also take on various forms depending on their intended function, right? Including independent token economies, right? Parachains with their own tokens, fee structures, and economic ecosystems. Also, smart contract parachains. There's platforms for hosting smart contract-based dApps and services. And then common good parachains, right? Designed for the benefit of the entire Kusama ecosystem. Common good chains typically use the network's native token, KSM, right? And those would be the ones that are really, helping to, build the price of KSM and bring that token price up, right? Now we can go over some of the differences, right, between what's known as a legacy blockchain, which is basically, like blockchains that aren't parachains. Okay. And so, with legacy blockchains, you have one size fits none. It's a single limiting design for the entire network with no ability to optimize for specific use cases. So compromises and trade-offs must be made, right? Versus parachains are able to be specialized, right? They are specialized for a multitude of use cases, enabling more optimized services and thriving multifaceted economies, right? And we look here, legacy blockchains are isolated, right? Most blockchains are like walled gardens, cut off from each other and unable to communicate, prohibiting the free flow of data and commerce. Meanwhile, with the parachains, you are interconnected, okay? They are a rich, interconnected ecosystem where data flows freely between chains, leading to innovative new interoperable services, right? And we see here legacy blockchains can be difficult to upgrade, okay? Like all software, blockchains need periodic upgrades to stay relevant, right? Upgrading most blockchains is painstaking, making them slow to evolve and respond as new technology becomes available, right? Look at Ethereum. We all know how long and painful the Ethereum upgrade has been, right? There's no secret behind that. But with parachains, okay, you can have seamless on-chain upgrades. Kusama makes upgrading a blockchain more like upgrading a conventional app with the ability to make the most updates seamlessly and automatically in the background. Okay, and we go over some more differences here. All right, there's no financial agency with legacy blockchains. Legacy blockchains are dependent on centralized organizations, okay, to finance activities that benefit the network, and communities as a whole have no financial agency, right? Versus parachains, they have on-chain treasuries, right? Parachains can leverage on-chain treasuries, giving decentralized communities the financial agency once limited to corporations and governments, right? And then with legacy blockchains, there's no clear decision making. Most blockchains have no formal governance procedures. Individual stakeholders are often powerless to propose changes, with decisions made by opaque group of insiders. Versus parachains, you have built-in customizable governance, right? They can leverage Kusama's built-in transparent governance features or create their own to implement the system that's best for their community. And legacy blockchains are difficult and costly to secure, right? Security is it's a big thing in the space, right? Securing blockchains require a massive amount of resources, creating a significant barrier to entry for new chains and leading to competition for scarce resources between chains. While the parachains come with built-in security, parachains get robust security automatically when they connect to Kusama. No need to bootstrap their own network of miners or validators. Okay. So that was basically it, right? I just wanted to highlight some of those things and really, go over Kusama, break down some of the things that, you should be interested in, why other people are interested in it. And, I also gave you guys the price predictions and let how it would be possible we could come up here to those prices and give you guys some of the simple math. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Definitely do your own research. Don't take any of this as financial advice. In fact, this actually was a viewer request. So if you have any cryptocurrencies, any tokens you would like me to make a similar video on, make sure to let me know in the comments below because I do those viewer requests every single week. And if you enjoyed this video, you're going to want to check out my video on Polkadot, okay, and my video on Moonriver. Both of those are interconnected to Kusama. We went over how Polkadot is related to it. Moonriver is actually on the Kusama chain. And basically runs off Kusama. So if you're interested in this and interested in Kusama, you'll definitely be interested in Polkadot and Moonriver. So watch one of those two videos.